Hello and welcome to this Photoshop video tutorial. I'm Josh and we'll be creating some flaming text in this tutorial. So we've got two different kinds of flaming text. This is the end product. The first one we'll be creating is this one on the bottom, this one right here. So basically, yeah, it's just your standard looking flaming text. And then this one on the top here that we'll be creating afterwards is it's basically the same method. You just do one or two things differently, but yeah, it's more of a ember or lava even kind of look. Anyway, let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is create a new document. We'll call this flame text. And yeah, you want to make it 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels because yeah, we want quite a large canvas to work with. And the color mode you want to make sure is RGB color, so we can use color. And the background color you want to make sure is black. So let's hit OK. Okay, so from here the first thing you're going to want to do is select your text tool. You can either select it on the sidebar here, or you can press the T button for the hotkey and type some text. So I'm just going to type my name. Okay, so we've got our name there, and the first thing from here we are going to want to do is we're going to want to set some blending options. So if you right click on the layer and go to blending options, you'll get this window. First thing you want to click on is outer shadow. So all the settings for this you want to keep pretty much the same. Opacity 75%, the blend mode set to screen. The color is what will be changing here, and the colors are very specific to get the fire sort of burning look. So you want to type in the same colors that I'm typing in. So the first color that we'll be using for the outer glow is F70300. So that should give you a red. And then lastly, just change under the elements part of the window, change the size to 9. Okay, next we want the color overlay. So for this one, make sure the opacity is 100%, the blend mode is normal, and the color again, we'll be typing something in. So type in CD7E2E, and that should give you an orange. Next, select Satin. Make sure the blend mode is multiply, the opacity set to 100%, and the size will make 13, the distance will make 6, and then again we're going to type in a color. This time it's 872D0F, and that should give you a bit of a darker reddish orange. Lastly, we're going to give an inner glow. Set the blend mode to color dodge, the opacity 100%, the choke 0, size will change to 9, and then again we'll be changing the color here. So type in E5C23B, and that'll give you a yellow. So that's all we need in the blending options for now. So click OK, and that is what you should have on your screen. You should end up with something like that. So from here you want to right click. Before we do that, make sure that your text is exactly how you want it written out, because after we do this next step you will not be able to edit the letters or the the typing or anything in the text. So make sure it's exactly how you want it. Right click on the layer and click on rasterize type. After you've done that, select your eraser tool, which is over here, or you can press the E button. We want to make it nice and large. I'm going to make mine around 200 pixels and make sure that it's a soft-edged brush. So after you've done that, you just want to sort of fade off the tops of the letters, just very lightly. Yep, like that. That looks fine. Once you've done that, from here you just want we do one more thing. You go filter, liquefy, and we're going to be from this, once the screen pops up, yep, there we go, excellent. Okay, so you'll probably have a screen something like this. So what you want to do is click on advanced mode, make sure the brush size is 15, the brush density is 50, and the brush pressure is 100. And if you want to, if it looks like that when you first click on advanced mode, just click show backdrop, and then you can select the mode and go in front, blend, or behind, and I prefer behind. Once you've got your backdrop on, you can hold left alt and use the mouse wheel to zoom in, and then once you've zoomed in, you can use the spacebar to adjust your view accordingly. So what you want to do here is just create licks of flame coming off the side, and just make it look like it's burning. Just make sure it's not even. And you want to do this for all the letters. I might pause it here and just come back once the whole thing is done. Okay, we're back. So once you've finished liquefying your text, and it looks something like that, just hit OK. And that is what you should end up with. Okay, so from here, you need to have a flame texture. I'm picking this one. This is one I found on DeviantArt. It's called Fire by Shades of Grey. I will leave a link in the description. So basically from here, what you want to do is you want to come over here and click on the channels, hold left control, and click on the green channel once, and this will select all the brightest parts. Now you can just drag that into our document. That'll create a new layer, and yeah, cool. So from here, what we can do is, our text is larger than the fire. What we can do is we can duplicate the fire. Then on this duplicated layer, we can go edit, transform, flip horizontal. Sorry, my computer's being kind of slow today. And then we drag it over. Okay, so from here we merge the two layers of the fire so we can edit them at once. Go back to our eraser tool and just get rid of the flames that are considered sort of excess. Okay, now this can be a lengthy process because from here you reduce the size of your eraser and you sort of just highlight individual flames. And do that for all the letters. And that'll give you the effect that it's kind of, that'll start the effect that it's sort of like flaming. And you can see it's already starting to take effect on this one here. But yeah, I'll pause the video again here, and I'll show you guys what I've got in the finish for a finished product. This was something I prepared earlier. So yeah, basically you end up with something like that if you spend a bit of time doing it. And then from here what you do is you just right click, go duplicate layer, click OK. Right click on the duplicate, go blending options. Then you just change the blend mode to overlay. So what you can do from here is just repeat that process of bringing in these highlights and then copying them in, and then just, you know, erasing around the edges and doing what we did just before. But what we're going to do now is, you don't have to actually do that much differently to achieve this style of text. What we do from here, oh, wrong one. What we do from here is we just, first we have to create a new layer. From here, you can bring this in again, bring it in onto the new layer. Then just right click on that layer, go blending options, set the whole thing to overlay. Then just duplicate that layer, set it over to that side, duplicate it again, move it around, and basically you just repeat this process. And you can see the more I repeat it, the more it starts to look like that first set of text. It can kind of look better if you don't leave any if you keep the flames on the edges like nice and short, like I have with this one here. You can see it has a really nice sort of glowing effect to it. But yeah, this again could even be another style on its own. But anyway, that's the end of the tutorial. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or are having any trouble, feel free to leave me a comment. And as for my peers, you can just ask me in class. But thank you for watching and have a nice day.